Hi, this is Vicki from Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome back to our Elephant and Piggie session. So tell me, did you enjoy making the sun prints? Did your little ones like painting with marbles? What about the human clock using the shadows? So fun, huh? Well, this week's inspiration was the book Pigs Make Me Sneeze. In our last book, Elephant is so scared that he's allergic to Piggie because he started sneezing. Finally, Elephant sees a doctor, and we find out that he simply has a cold. Visiting the doctor is something all of our little ones will do for many, many times in their lifetime, especially in their early years. And this makes a perfect activity for our little ones to reenact their visit in dramatic play. We've included a lot of goodies to help. We have a name tag to help identify your doctor. We have some phones so that you can make an appointment to talk or an appointment to come visit the doctor. A sheet to collect information on your patient, which is a great opportunity to have them practice their full name, how old they are, their telephone number. And on the back, it has information about what kind of symptoms they have and complaints. And then all the items that you'll need to conduct an exam: a stethoscope to hear their heart and lungs, a tongue depressor, a thermometer, an octoscope to check their ears, even an eye chart to actually check their vision. And then to fix their issues, we have a prescription pad, band-aids, syringe, medicine, and a wrapping tape. Um, and just a kind of a note, it's best to use inanimate patients, a doll or a bear, and to supervise the use of band-aids and wrapping tape. Band-aids and wrapping tape are so fun, but you want to make sure they're used with supervision because you don't really want the baby or the child to put a band-aid on the baby and then take it off, or to wrap the tape too tight on a pet. We thought we could seed your play with some tips on dramatic play. I think the first one is just to make sure you don't limit the child's choices. All genders can play all roles, and remembering that they really are examining the interactions from different perspectives. So if your son wants to be the mom taking a baby to the doctor, that's good. They're seeing things from other people's perspectives, helps build empathy. They're trying to see what it's like when you do it. Feel free to model the behavior that you might use in the doctor's office, especially those things that a child actually hasn't seen you do, like checking in at the doctor's office desk, or maybe a skill that this child hasn't seen how to do, like swaddling a baby or dialing numbers on the actual phone. These are all great learning opportunities. And then remember our premise: always follow the child. Um, it is our job to expand and add language, but ultimately the storyline and the role assignment of each of the different participants belongs to the child. Seeing and talking about people looking around in action, so when you're out, point out the cash register that's checking you out. She's scanning across the scanner, she collects your money, or the garbage man picking up the garbage. They take the can over and then dump it into the truck, or the postal worker collecting and dropping off mail. Each of these jobs are new to your child, and you can add a lot of detail from your life experience to help them understand those more. And then finally, just remember, dramatic plays is one of the most effective ways to encourage a child to speak. They can use the script of another's interaction to use the words and have conversation. This is activity number 9. We want to measure your body. And in this activity, we're going to use Unifex cubes to measure the various parts of our bodies. You'll find a recording sheet, which looks like this. And you will need to your Unifex cubes in a writing instrument, we're going to build Unifix cubes to actually measure. And in this picture with the cat, we've built it long enough to use the Unifix cubes to measure the length of the cat. To find how long it is, we would simply count the cubes. And in our recording sheet, we could either record the print number next to the items or use hash marks, just single lines to indicate the number of Unifix wheels. If you don't want to use your real body, you could use the little print out of the body parts. So this foot is 7 cubes long. And by measuring here, you can actually see the number of things that are actually there. So this is activity number 10. It is in shadow tracing. You'll need a time where the shadows are the longest, which will either be in the early morning or late evening. You want to tape your paper down and then set down your favorite toy. We can see here that they've used dinosaurs or blocks or trees, but you can use anything with a good outline. You can see the shadows on the ground or cast the shadow onto a fence and draw from there. We can't wait to see what your child's inspiration is going to be in their shadow drawing. This is activity number 11. Let's cut. Cutting is hard, and it's actually hard to use the scissors and hold the paper at the same time. So we had some ideas. Our first is a set of lines that could be used while cutting. You tape one end to the table, and then using your hand that's not holding the scissors, the child holds the paper. And then they follow the line and cut along the line that's on the paper. Our second idea is actually a pre-cutting skill called snipping. Snipping is just a single cut where you don't actually have to open and close the scissors and move forward. So we have a paper plate with lines on it, and you can hold the plate, or they can try to hold the plate and snip on the line. Once they are done, they could turn that into a lion or a sun, or simply just paint their cut plate. All works. Our last activity for this session is activity number 12, and it's coin bingo. Using the coins from activity number 1, we can all play bingo. For children that do not understand their coins yet, this is a great game. You can call it out, the coin, and then point to it. They mark off a coin for every time you call out a quarter or a dime or whatever the coin happens to be, and on each of the card. Once all of the coins are found on the card, you have bingo. We hope you and your child have actually enjoyed playing with the activities for this week. A new session starts June 28th, and we look forward to seeing you then.